Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're talking about Ravenor Classic. Now, obviously we need to address the elephant in the room. When you think of the word classic, you think of the word Raven, and you put them in the same sentence, a certain literary work comes to mind. You guessed it, Jolly Snowman. So let's have a close look at the Ravenor. First, the Mirage. This is a casino chip from the Mirage, and we're going to discuss this here in a minute. But first, we're going to play a quick hand. We need a pot here. I don't know what that equates to, but we'll throw that in there. Figure that out. How many people are playing? So shuffle up here. We have a Merriam Pro Poker deck right here. I can tell you right now, we're going to take our time on this review. We're just going to discuss some things. Plastic playing cards. I have the red set here. Like I said in a previous video, this is just my desk, my review table deck. It seems to do the trick. Lovely plastic card. So if you're at home and you want to play along, obviously we're not playing for anything, but if you want to play along, grab two cards off the top of your deck like that, and that's your hand right there. These are my card protectors here, so the dealer doesn't muck me. We're not going to play the whole thing right away. What are we looking at here? We have at least four way to a flop here. Oh, I love flops like that. All right, well, let's talk about these chips. These are the Ravenor Classic. We've discussed the Snowman, the Raven. These are called the Ravenor Classic, and so that brings to mind classic casino chips. That's one of the reasons why I pulled the Mirage chip out. This is a classic chip, okay? So it's a compression molded clay chip, which means you can see the compression here of the clay. Clearly, this has been smashed to bits, okay? It's not perfect. They're not going to have straight lines. The Mirage, lovely, lovely chip. Whereas the Ravenor is trying to mimic a clay chip. So they have the edge spots on the face, through the edge spot alignment, and through the back, okay? So these are trying to mimic, this is trying to mimic this style of chip. Whereas, these are from Sunfly. I actually purchased these with my own money, full disclosure here. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from Sunfly, and this was one of the things I ordered. And you look at some of the other Sunfly chips, like for example, the Ascona, which is a hybrid, so there's a glossy inlay. The edge spots here are just on the edges, okay? Just on the edges, not on the face, which I think is a very modern design. Same with the Tiki Kings. This is not a Sunfly product, but Tiki Kings, edge spots, very modern. On the edges only, not on the face. You don't have to pay for, there's no extra cost for edge spot alignment. But they're trying to go for a classic look, and if you're going for a classic look, you need those edge spots to go all the way across the edge there like that. Do I, love or hate that? We'll talk about that here maybe at the end. And the other thing that they do is a real clay chip has an inlay. This is actually embedded in the chip, and it's not, the same parent material as the chip. Whereas this is just printed on the chip. And somebody's going to say, well, they use a dye sublimation process. It's not printing. Whatever. You get my point, right? It's actually part of the chip. And the mold is interesting as well. So they, casino chips, compression molded clay chips, have a mold. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but it says Mirage right here. It's a house mold, and it's just, stamped into the chip. And lo and behold, you get that here with a ceramic as well. Looking closely at this, you can see there is some light edges around here. So it's like the printing, the dye sublimation didn't quite get to all the little nooks and crannies. So the color rendering across these isn't perfect. I might have to roll in a close-up picture of that. But aside from that, I really like the design. I like the mold. I like how there's this inner circle here. Oh, look at this one right here. It's not perfectly centered either. So it's something else to be aware of. These chips won't be perfectly centered. The mold I like, the design I like. To me, as far as design goes, this has a very classy feel to it. It's molded. It has the edge spots that are easily recognizable. It's easy to recognize the denominations across the edges and the face. The denomination isn't like overbearing, like Play School Mattel style sized. It's just a very reasonable sized chip that when across the table you'll be able to recognize it just by the color. So the denominations are excellent. The color is excellent. I like the design. And you get the durability of a ceramic chip. Now somebody out there is going to be asking, well, why would you buy this instead of something like, let's see what I have on my table here. Here we go, like an obsolete casino chip. The big reason for people like me looking at ceramics like this, and I'm genuinely still looking for poker chips. One of the reasons why I like stuff like this is because the ceramics are very hard. They're a very hard plastic, and they don't shed powder like casino chips do. This is an obsolete Horseshoe Cleveland two ones right here, and these will kind of wear, and when they wear, you get powder on your playing surface, whereas ceramics are very hard and very durable. You don't get that amount of powder. Now, I don't know what they make these out of. Does that make sense? This is a proprietary makeup here of some sort of industrial plastics. No idea what that entails. And so this powder, I have a 5-year-old. How is that going to affect him? I have no idea. Whereas a ceramic, I'm not worried about my 5-year-old inhaling or eating powder, get his Twinkies out, and dab up all this powder off of the surface and then eat it. I don't worry about it with ceramics because it doesn't produce that kind of powder. So I feel safe with him around these. Does that make sense? So just little things like that. Is that a big deal? No. I have a set of Horseshoe Cincinnati, so I don't even, I get it. Around adults, I play a certain way, and around kids, I have other sets. My Tiki Kings fills that role at the moment. So little things like that. And that's discussions that might need to go on in your head. Well, if these generate powder, but if you're only playing with adults, then who cares? And if so whatever, things to consider. So I like that they have kind of a classic design here. And we've already kind of addressed materials. Ceramic, it's a hard plastic. There's no inlay or label, so it's not a hybrid like the Ascona, which is another lovely set from Sunfly. So moving on to comparisons here. The Ravenor, man, they look good. For example, other ceramics like the Tiki Kings, remember that snowman? This snowman puppet, it's disgusting. It's disgustingly, it's cloying. I hate it so bad. It's just, a smiley snowman. Some people find these Tiki Kings cloying as well. They're just obnoxiously happy. They're like, ding, welcome to Polynesia, everybody. But it's like, we're not in Polynesia. We're in my ratty basement playing poker. So I get it. These, I think, are much more versatile than the Tiki Kings, right? You don't have to buy like grass skirts or like special lanterns. It's just like, these will work in any number of situations. And to me, these look more, I don't know what the right word is, maybe European. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but they have a very classy look to them. The Ravenor, clearly branded, a denomination here without dollar signs or pound signs or euro signs. So very universal set here. Like if I didn't have my Tiki Kings, I would seriously be considering buying these over the Tiki Kings because they do have these fun things like the mold here. Their good looks, durability. Overall, this is a very interesting set. Should we turn here? Let's see what the turn brings for our little game. Burn another. And at least it's not the 9 of diamonds. Oh dear. Should I do commentary? You guys are sick of poker commentary. I'm not going to bore you with it. So let's do a quick sound test here. And yeah, the Ravenor. So grab a little stack here. What do you guys want to hear? ABS metal slug chips are one that always sound different. Some elite poker chips, which have just been reviewed. Should we do some, let's see, what else do we have? Some classic poker chips. These sound pretty bright as well. It's the ceramic. So let's get this all squared away here. Crown Casino ABS chips. And then we're going to do some Key West classic poker chips. very bright sounding compression molded clay chips right here. And finally, move on to the Elite. All very different sounds. So, for what that's worth, Ravenor Classic. Really interesting to me as a very useful playable set. Oh my goodness. Everything got there. Everything. It's everything got there. Let's see what I have. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's great. Thanks. Yeah, that's my luck. That's how lucky I am. Anyone want to buy a lotto ticket with me? Yeah, same story. PokerChipForum.com. I'm on here all the time. Great place to ask for advice, questions about poker chips, poker chip sets, casino chips, casino chip sets. Everything's on here. PokerChipForum.com. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Thanks to all my Patreon members and subscribers who help make this channel possible. There's a little bit of content over there if you'd like to join. It doesn't take much, $1 a month, and you can help this channel. Be sure to visit my Amazon shop in the description below. And I'm interested to read your comments about the Ravenor, the Snowman, or the Ravenor Classic poker chips, molded ceramics. I think this is a wave of the future. Thank you so much for watching. My name is John Hobby.